Do you ever feel like life just happens to you? Like the world throws challenges your way and there's nothing you can do? Here's the truth. Real strength begins the moment you stop blaming everything and everyone for your life. Owning your choices isn't easy. It's scary. But it's the only way to take back control. Imagine this. Two people lose their jobs. One spends weeks complaining, blaming the economy, the boss, or bad luck. The other takes a deep breath, looks in the mirror, and says, "Okay, what can I do now?" That second person might be scared, but they start taking steps, updating their resume, learning new skills, reaching out to people. They own their situation instead of letting it own them. Taking responsibility means no more excuses. It's about looking honestly at your actions and decisions. It's saying, "I created my life, and I have the power to change it." And here's the beauty. When you own your life, fear loses its grip. You stop waiting for things to happen and start making things happen. So today, take one action that belongs entirely to you. Make the choice that moves you forward. Your life is your responsibility. And that means your strength, your success, and your happiness are already in your hands. Own it. You've got this. Have you ever felt like life is just happening to you? Like you're stuck in a storm you didn't ask for, and there's nothing you can do about it? I want you to know something right now. The moment you stop blaming the world, stop blaming other people, and take responsibility for your own life, that's when your real power begins. Taking responsibility doesn't mean life will suddenly become easy. It doesn't mean you won't face setbacks or failures. But it does mean you stop giving your power away. It means you look in the mirror and say, "This is my life. I am in charge of it." Even when things feel unfair, even when the odds are stacked against you, you have a choice in how you respond. And that choice changes everything. Think about it like this. Two people get passed over for a promotion. One complains, blames their boss, and waits for luck to change. The other takes a deep breath, asks for feedback, works on their skills, and positions themselves for the next opportunity. Which one do you think grows stronger? Which one actually shapes their future? The answer is obvious. Taking responsibility isn't about blame, it's about action. It's not easy. You'll stumble, you'll make mistakes. But each time you own your actions, each time you choose courage over excuses, you build strength. You stop being a passenger in your life and start being the driver. And here's the best part. When you take control of your choices, you realize that your happiness, your success, your peace, they've been in your hands all along. So today, make one choice that's completely yours. Take action, no matter how small. Decide to own your life, because the moment you do, nothing can stop you. You've got this, and your future is waiting for you to claim it. Have you ever stayed awake at night worrying about things you have no power over? Things like what other people think of you, or whether life will throw you the next curveball? I get it. We all do it. But here's the truth. Mental strength doesn't come from trying to control the uncontrollable. It comes from focusing on what is actually in your hands. Think about a storm. You can't stop the rain. You can't command the wind. But you can decide how you respond. You can grab an umbrella. You can find shelter. You can move forward anyway. Life works the same way. There are always things beyond your control. Other people's actions, past mistakes, random events. But your energy is too precious to waste on them. Real power comes from directing that energy toward what you can change. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone gets rejected from a job they wanted. They can't control the decision, but they can control how they respond. They can learn from the experience, improve their skills, and prepare for the next opportunity. That's where growth happens. That's where resilience is built. The moment you start accepting what you cannot control, you free your mind. You stop spinning in circles. You focus on solutions, on action, on progress. You take back your peace, one choice at a time. So today, ask yourself, what am I worrying about that I can't change? Let it go. Then ask, what can I do right now to move forward? That small, focused action is more powerful than any worry or fear. Remember, your strength grows when you stop fighting the impossible and start owning the possible. Focus there and watch how unstoppable you become. Have you ever felt that pull in your chest? The fear, the uncertainty, I'm not sure I can do this feeling? That's not weakness. That's a sign you're on the edge of growth. Here's the secret most people never tell you. Real strength, real change, real success, it almost always lives outside your comfort zone. Think about it. When was the last time you grew from staying safe? When has anything truly life-changing happened by playing it small? Comfort is cozy, yes, but it's also a trap. It lulls you into thinking you're okay while quietly keeping you stuck. Discomfort, on the other hand, signals that you're stretching, learning, and evolving. Let me give you an example. Imagine learning to swim for the first time. Jumping into cold water, feeling your heart race, struggling to stay afloat. It's scary. But that moment of discomfort is exactly what turns a beginner into a confident swimmer. It's the push against fear, the fight through uncertainty, that transforms you. Life works exactly the same way. Every challenge, every risk, every time you step into the unknown, you're giving yourself the chance to grow. The key is this: don't run from discomfort. Welcome it. Treat it like a teacher guiding you toward your potential. The harder it feels, the closer you are to a breakthrough. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you expand what's possible for yourself. So today, take one action that feels uncomfortable. Speak up when it's easier to stay quiet. Try something new that scares you. Push past the fear and lean into the challenge. Remember, growth doesn't happen in the easy moments. It happens in the ones that make your heart race. Embrace discomfort, and you'll discover a strength in yourself you never knew existed. You've got this. Your future self is waiting on the other side. Do you ever catch yourself holding back, waiting for someone else to tell you it's okay? Waiting for a nod, a yes, or a pat on the back before you take action? I want you to stop that right now. Your life is too important to live it based on someone else's approval. Real strength starts the moment you trust your own judgment. Think about it. Every time you wait for permission, you hand over your power. You pause your dreams. You shrink yourself to fit someone else's expectations. And the worst part? Most people aren't even paying attention. They're wrapped up in their own lives. So why are you letting them decide how far you go? Here's a simple example. Imagine wanting to start a side project, maybe a small business or a creative passion. If you wait for everyone to say go for it, months or even years can slip away. But the moment you take action on your own, even without validation, momentum begins. You'll learn, grow, and prove to yourself what you're capable of, without relying on anyone else's approval. The truth is, no one knows your vision like you do. No one can feel your drive, your passion, your hunger for change. Trust yourself. Listen to that inner voice that's been nudging you forward. That voice knows what you're capable of. So today, make a choice. One small action that doesn't need approval. Speak your truth. Take that first step. Make that decision, because it's yours to make. Remember, every time you trust yourself over the world, your confidence grows, your courage multiplies, and your life moves forward. Stop waiting. Start trusting. You've got everything you need inside of you to make your dreams real. Have you ever caught that voice in your head saying, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never make it"? That voice feels real, doesn't it? It's sneaky, persistent, and exhausting. But here's the truth. You don't have to believe it. You can change it. Mental strength begins the moment you start talking to yourself like a friend who believes in you, not an enemy who doubts you. Think about it. Every time you repeat negative thoughts, you're feeding them. giving them power over your choices and your confidence. But every time you choose an empowering thought, you take back that power. Imagine telling yourself, I am capable. I can handle this. Or, I deserve good things. It doesn't magically remove challenges, but it changes your perspective. It changes how you act. And action is what builds results. Here is an example. Maybe you failed an exam or didn't get the opportunity you wanted. Negative self-talk might tell you, I'm a failure. I'll never succeed. Empowering thoughts turn that around. I can learn from this. I'll do better next time. One thought keeps you stuck. The other moves you forward. It's that simple, but it's that powerful. The key is consistency. Start noticing your inner dialogue. Challenge the negative and consciously replace it with encouragement and hope. Over time, your mind will begin to support you instead of holding you back. You'll make decisions from a place of confidence, not fear. So today, pay attention to that voice inside your head. Question it. Challenge it. Replace it with thoughts that lift you up, not tear you down. Every empowering thought is a step toward mental strength, resilience, and unstoppable confidence. You have the power to choose your inner words. Choose wisely, and watch how unstoppable you become. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life? Like everything is going wrong at once? Like nothing is ever enough? I want you to pause for a moment and think about something simple. The small things that are already good in your life. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good habit, it's a mental reset. It trains your brain to focus on what's working instead of what's falling apart. When you practice gratitude daily, you start to see life differently. You notice the little victories, the moments that bring joy, the people who support you. Even on hard days, gratitude gives you a lens that shifts fear and frustration into strength and perspective. It's not about ignoring problems. It's about balancing them with awareness of what you can appreciate. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people losing their jobs. One focuses on anger and unfairness. They spiral in worry and self-doubt. The other takes a moment to be grateful for their skills, their health, or even the support of friends and family. That small shift doesn't erase the challenge, but it gives them clarity. It gives them energy to plan, to act, to bounce back stronger. Gratitude rewires your mind to see opportunity instead of limitation, hope instead of despair. It makes you resilient because you start noticing that life, even in its struggles, is still giving you gifts. You learn to rely on your inner strength and focus on what truly matters. So today, write down 3 things you're grateful for. No matter how small, celebrate them. Let gratitude become your daily armor against stress, negativity, and fear. Remember, the more you practice it, the stronger your mind becomes. Resilience isn't born from perfect circumstances. It's born from a heart that sees the good, even in the hardest times. Start today and watch how unstoppable you become. Do you ever feel drained after spending time with certain people or trying to do too much for everyone else? That feeling isn't weakness. It's a signal. Your energy is precious. Your peace is priceless. And the only way to protect them is by setting clear boundaries. Boundaries aren't about being mean or selfish. They're about self-respect. They're about telling yourself and the world that your time, energy, and mental health matter. Without them, you can easily get pulled in 100 directions, constantly giving, accommodating, and worrying about what others think. That's a fast path to burnout and frustration. Think about it like this. Imagine a phone with limited battery. If you let every notification drain it without control, it dies quickly. But if you prioritize, set limits, and protect your charge, it lasts longer, works better, and gets you through the day. People are the same way. When you set boundaries, you recharge, you focus, and you show up as your best self. Here's a simple example. Maybe a friend constantly calls you with complaints, or a coworker keeps dumping extra work on you. Setting boundaries might feel uncomfortable at first. You might say, "I can't talk right now," or "I need to focus on this project first." At first, it feels strange, but over time, it teaches others to respect your limits, and more importantly, it teaches you to honor yourself. So today, identify one area where your energy is being drained. Set a clear, firm boundary there. Protect your peace. Remember, strong minds aren't just built by pushing forward. They rebuilt by knowing when to say no. When you respect your own limits, you create space for growth, happiness, and unstoppable strength. Your energy is your power. Guard it fiercely. Have you ever felt crushed after failing at something important? That sinking feeling like the world just slapped you down and there's no way back? I get it. Failure hurts. It stings. But here's the truth. Failure is not the end. It's a lesson, a guide, a stepping stone toward something greater. Every successful person you admire has failed. Many times. The difference is they didn't let failure define them. They studied it. They learned from it. They adjusted, tried again, and grew stronger. Failure only becomes a setback when you give up. It becomes a stepping stone when you see the lesson hidden inside it. Think about it like this. Imagine learning to ride a bike. You fall, you scrape your knees, it hurts, and you feel like quitting. But each fall teaches you balance, timing, and courage. Soon, those falls are just memories as you glide forward. Life works the same way. Every failed project, every missed opportunity, every mistake is teaching you something valuable, if you're willing to pay attention. The key is perspective. Don't run from failure. Don't pretend it didn't happen. Look it square in the eye and ask, what can I learn here? That mindset changes everything. Suddenly, mistakes become tools, challenges become lessons, and every step forward, no matter how small, builds the resilience and confidence you need to succeed. So today, embrace your failures. Don't hide them, don't fear them, and definitely don't let them stop you. Instead, use them as stepping stones toward your dreams. Remember, your setbacks are not the end of your story. They're the chapters that make your journey meaningful, powerful, and unstoppable. Keep moving forward. Each step brings you closer to the person you're meant to become. Have you ever noticed how some people make you feel lighter, stronger, and more confident just by being around them? And then there are others who drain you, fill you with doubt, or make you question yourself. Who you surround yourself with matters more than most people realize. Mental strength grows in the company of those who lift you up, not those who pull you down. Think about it. If you're constantly around people who criticize, doubt, or complain, it's hard to believe in yourself. But when you're with people who encourage, challenge, and inspire you, suddenly the impossible feels possible. Your confidence grows, your courage expands, and your mind starts believing what your heart already knows. You are capable of more than you think. Here's a simple example. Imagine trying to start a new project, a fitness goal, or even a creative hobby. One friend tells you, "You'll never make it," while another says, "I believe in you. Keep going." Which voice do you think fuels action? Which one gives you the energy to push past fear and doubt? That's the power of your circle. Surrounding yourself with supportive people doesn't mean you avoid challenges or only stick to people who agree with you. It means choosing relationships that nurture growth, celebrate progress, and encourage resilience. These are the people who will hold you accountable, celebrate your wins, and lift you when you stumble. So today, take a look at your circle. Ask yourself, are these the people who empower me or drain me? Make space for those who inspire, support, and challenge you to be your best self. Protect your energy, invest in positive connections, and watch your confidence and strength soar. Remember, you become the average of the people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely, and you'll rise higher than ever before. Have you ever felt frustrated because your goals seem so far away? Like no matter how hard you try, change isn't happening fast enough? Here's the truth. Mental strength isn't built overnight. It's built every single day in small choices, repeated over and over. Consistency is the secret that turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. Think about it like watering a plant. You don't dump a whole bucket of water once and expect it to grow into a tree overnight. You water it a little each day. You give it sunlight. You protect it from harsh weather. Over time, those small, consistent actions transform a tiny seed into something strong, resilient, and alive. Your mind works the same way. Every positive habit, every courageous choice, every step forward, no matter how small, strengthens you. Let me give you an example. Imagine learning a new skill, like running or writing. One day of effort won't make you a marathon runner or a published author, but running a little every day, writing a little every day, eventually builds endurance, skill, and confidence. The progress is gradual, but it is unstoppable. And that's the power of consistency. The key is patience and persistence. Don't get discouraged by slow progress or occasional setbacks. Every small action counts. Every time you choose to show up for yourself, you're reinforcing your strength, your focus, and your resilience. Over time, these small steps compound into a mental toughness that no challenge can shake. So today, take one small action toward your goal. Write a line, take a step, make a call. Whatever it is, just start. Do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after. Consistency is your secret weapon. Little by little, day by day, you are becoming unstoppable. Trust the process, honor the journey, and watch how strong and resilient you truly are.